A few years ago, I built a fire-breathing dragon out of steel in my workshop. At the time, it was the biggest and baddest sculpture I've ever created. I'm Kevin Stone, metal sculptor. I build these custom metal sculptures for my clients around the world, and recently, Drogon was installed at my client's home in the USA. Now, I'm building an even bigger, badder fire-breathing dragon at my studio in Las Vegas. This is Goldspar, and he'll be 35 feet tall and have a nearly 70-foot wingspan when he's complete. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thanks for watching. On this channel, you'll get to see me building Goldspar and many of the other creations I've built over the years. Today, the long-awaited day when we start scaling Goldspar. For months now, we've been fabricating and skinning this massive dragon sculpture, but now as we start to add the scales that will eventually cover his entire body, Goldspar is coming to life. There are somewhere around 200 scales on each of these legs. I started at the tips of his toes with the big armored scales that cover his feet. These are bigger, more precisely shaped and textured pieces that are more like an armor-plated skin. The scales moving up the legs are smaller pieces with more subtle shaping and texture and look more like they would move and bend as the dragon moves. And the more scales I add, the more lifelike this is all starting to look, and I can't help but imagine what it would look like having this thing walk around in here. The fast-cut plasma cutter is going constantly right now, cutting out the scale templates. The next step is for Michelle to run each scale through the Bailey industrial bead roller to give it that crease down the middle, and then the Bailey bending machine to add a bit of curve to each and every scale, thousands of them in all, one by one. I'm fully concentrating on scaling today and making really good progress on the feet and legs. This video makes it look like a fast process, but it's anything but. Days in the shop during the scaling process are actually kind of zen. It's a methodical process where every single scale gets my undivided attention for a few moments as I position and tack it into place. It's days like this that I love in the studio. Just the sounds of steel and the arc of the welder crackling and steady progress being made every second of the day. We're in the flow now.
So I'm gonna go right from the ground first. I want both numbers.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of work on the head and neck down on the ground recently, so I need to check my measurements to see if putting the head back on inside the studio is even a possibility.
25.8.
We have a huge open house coming up with media and sponsors and friends attending, and I want to unveil Goldspar fully assembled. I have a feeling it's going to be uncomfortably close, if not impossible.
I got 25.8.
That's how far you can go up
I'm 4 inches from the ceiling.
from this, like,
The insulation. We have that much clearance if I'm up inside.
With only 4 inches to spare, it's possible. With that question put to rest in my mind, it's back down to the micro level, applying scales. This project is such a mind twister. I'm constantly adjusting my lens from the macro scale of how big this sculpture is and making sure we're within tolerances for engineering and transport and durability. But then a moment later, I'm focused on a 6-inch piece of metal 8 inches from my nose. I concentrate on each and every one of these pieces so that it creates a visual flow for the observer, free of any telltale gaps or seams that will shatter the illusion that Goldspar has some kind of life in him. Those claws are looking vicious now with the scales added, and I'm very happy the way the entire look of the front legs has turned out. Michael and I are loading up another sheet of steel to cut more scales. I'm keeping this momentum going. Only a few thousand more to go. This has been a long haul, and there's lots more to do. When the plasma cutter is doing its thing, it's tempting to slow down and relax. We need to keep grinding.
I think we should just get back to work.
Yeah.
I'll get so distracted that we won't get anything done. Production, we don't have a dragon yet, so I could set up here and start welding on this too. I can get a lot of scales on because it has to be done while it's on the ground. I mean, it has to be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We can't do this in the air.
No.
There's no way we can.
Well, why don't we finish the tail like we said we were going to? And
Yeah. We'll just set up and do the tail. I'll put the jacket on so I don't get sunburnt today.
We're running out of time. Goldspar's got to be ready by the end of this month. We needed to move Goldspar to make room for the wingtips we're going to be adding soon. Luckily, I built his frame on wheels so we can reposition this beast relatively easily.
So I'm going to go all the way up to the seam on the other side. So I do one up inside and then I do two coming out, and then sideways the rows come up and meet with them, and it's working out like amazing. So from here back now can be rusted, and the front legs from the elbows down can be rusted. I don't want to spend too much time. We got to get on those wings. Those wings are gonna break us, but it has to be scaled. It has to be finished.
yes.
Then it's finished, and then we got to add the wings. So we're gonna be in the fucking scrambling to get some sheet metal on those wings. It's so nice out here. Holy, summertime's here.
More sheets need to come in for the next batch of scales. This seems like a never-ending task, but slowly I can see progress being made, and I know from years of doing this that you just have to grind and get it done. You can see some of the bigger belly scales here on the underside of the tail, and it's looking very cool, very lizard-like. And then these smaller scales have a beautiful flowing pattern that looks like it's alive. Speaking of alive, I've now got an LED lighting system in Goldspar's jaws, which looks really cool. But the big surprise, Goldspar's first ignition test. Separate from the flame system is a fog system. And today is the first live test, and it looks so cool. When it's combined with massive shooting flames, it's going to be unbelievable. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're not a subscriber to the channel yet, hit that button. It We've got lots of really cool episodes coming up as Goldspar nears completion. We're going to be live at the open house on the 28th of March, so keep an eye out here on this channel for a link to the live broadcast if you want to tune in and see the action in the studio live that night as we unveil Goldspar to the media, sponsors, and friends. We hope you'll all be there. Thanks again for watching.